Hey, yo, it's Yogi Chander. Happy Sunday. It's the 28th of February, and this is the Fika day. And I hope that you're having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day here in Boulder, and it's very sunny. It's been super windy and cold many days recently, and actually it's been cold today, but it's still beautiful out. Hey, Shamanics, how you doing today, man? I'm doing well, thank you. It's been an interesting couple of weeks with a Mercury retrograde a couple of weeks ago, and then this past week has just been. I've been taking care of a lot of things in my life, my personal life, and making a lot of progress, which is good. But how about yourself? And nice, nice. What's been? Has anything stood out to you in the world lately? It's been sunny in Mariel, England. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, progress is good. Um, I cannot stand the feeling of stagnation. When I feel stuck, oh, I don't like it. You've been doing some volunteering for Joe. Really, what have you been up to? Have you been doing some tech stuff, or making some music, or doing some uh, other things? I can imagine he probably needs help in all kinds of areas. Keats, what's up, man? Editing audio, Shamanics. That's an awesome gig. Congratulations. That's really awesome. You joined Following Dafa? Man, I don't know what that means. And Keats released a new album today. Wow, talk about progress. You guys are making progress. I love to hear it. That's so cool. Dude, congratulations, Keats. Is it the one that you were um, have you talked about this one, or is this what's the name of this album, and where can we find it? Please feel free to link. Everybody go check out the music of Prague Magic. Well, actually, it's of Keats and Dakota, but their Prague Magic is also the man. I love it. I love that you guys are making progress like that. That's tangible. And Shamanics, that's probably really cool for you to get in um, and on the back end of things there with Joe and see about how all that goes down. And I don't know, um, you probably get an earful of some interesting info, I would imagine. And I'm sure he appreciates it a lot. So that's a good relationship to build, man. That's awesome. Nice. Bardos by Dakota Slim. Yeah. Send a copy. Wow. Putting out behind a paywall of $5. $5 for a Dakota Slim album. Do it. Everybody's got to go check it. That's awesome, Keats. I'm not just saying I'm saying awesome a lot, but I really do mean awesome. And the Fallen Gong. Okay, I thought that's what you were talking or referring to. That's interesting. Yeah, Shamanics. I didn't know that last twist of things until recently, but I was aware of some controversy with them and some bad publicity that they got and how it probably was not the whole story and stuff. And I didn't even know that they were a Tai Chi based group until I think last year. That's fascinating. Tai Chi is great. Wonderful stuff. In fact, I was doing some this morning. Just a little bit. Magnetism. Cool. So those topics have been coming up lately. Hey, Keats, you've sold more than any other album thus far. Are you kidding me? Dude. Yes. Yes. I kind of have been a little out of the loop this week. As I was telling Shamanics, I've been taking care of some personal stuff. And so I don't know what anybody's been up to. I did do a recording with Navier earlier this week for Wandering Witch podcast. And so I got to hear what's going on with her, but I have missed out on everybody else and stuff. That's awesome, Keats. Still awesome. I'm going to think of a new word. That's stellar today. That's stellar. Shamanics, that's cool. The Crouching Tiger stuff. I liked that movie. And I really liked how they, I haven't seen a lot of contemporary kung fu movies actually, but I really liked in that how they, when like they were battling in the trees and they were sort of just kind of floating on the branches and things, that was very poetic to me. Times is tough. Art is perfect magic. Yeah, exactly. I've been laying a foundation for some of that this week. That's part of what I've been doing. And that's awesome. It's amazing to me that, well, I just don't know what to expect from this coming year. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of want to keep picking Shamanics' brain about working with Joe. That's so cool. Were you just like, hey, Joe, need some help with audio editing? I mean, who doesn't? Interesting. I have not heard the term domjong running. Raise your vibration and see gravity waves and surf them. Well, I can see where that's coming from. I myself wouldn't call them gravity waves, at least not what I've seen, but I dig what you're saying. That's really cool. I think that's amazing that you found a group to practice with. See, I believe if someone is going to do martial arts, if like these days, it's a good idea. I mean, do whatever you want, but it's a good idea to take something really super practical that, if you're concerned about that self-defense thing, or take something that's super highly mystical and will expand you. And I mean, sure, there's combat applications and stuff, but really, I mean, they're going right there for the good stuff, and I like it. You have been co-hosting sometimes, Shamanics. What the hell am I doing not listening to the Fringe lately? Oh, I'm so behind on all of it. Dude, wonderful. Which shows? Can you shout a couple of shows or link them? Yeah, Keith, sorry to hear that. Being in your own little struggle. I mean, those things come and go and stuff, but I mean, you just had a birthday, so you should be king of the world. You believe in Joe. Hey, I like that, dude. That's a wonderful thing. Joe Roop, I hope you see this, man. Shamanics is there for you. Monday and Friday, Rohan. Now, wait a minute. Isn't that Spooky? Is Spooky doing a show? Wait a minute. I'm confused. Lighting the Void archive. Okay, you know what? Cool. I gotta go. They're on my bookmarks actually for tonight. I needed to go do some I'm doing some research on them and Spaced Out Radio as well. Do you know of any? Does anybody else out there know of any other terrestrial radio stations? I know Fringe isn't quite terrestrial. I know they're kind of working that way, but their format is a lot like a terrestrial radio station. Anybody know of other stations or shows out there that are like that, that are cool? Oh, Shamanix, you're Rohan. I had a note. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I'm disorganized. And I saw a note about Rohan, and I thought I was referring to Spooky. And I was looking for your email when I saw that. That's funny. Cool, cool. And yeah, Spooky does have a YouTube channel, right? I that's and oddly enough, the thing where it linked Spooky to Rohan did not link me to Spooky's YouTube channel. It didn't have a link, so I should have put a little link there. Which, see, I thought I made like a little note saying like this is Spooky's YouTube channel basically, and the link so that I could go and just go there and sub it because I was in a hurry when I did that. Inattentive. Well, cool. Anyway, that's super badass that you are on the Lighting the Void archive. Man, I'm serious, dude. I'd love to have you on the show. I forget if we talked about that, and I mean, I know we did, but I don't remember if you. I can't remember what your stance was on it. But anyway, someday. And Keith, I'd love to have you back on sometime. That's funny. Well, I got diamonds on the soles of my shoes, so we're quite a pair. Nice. Oh yeah, it was a video issue. Word. Cool. I'm again so disorganized. I think I have an interview coming up this week. I can't remember if it's confirmed or not. And there's a couple that I know we're kind of back and forth about, and a couple that I have failed to get back with. So I'm behind. I gotta get my guest scheduling in order. Yogi Chander sucks at scheduling. Oh, yeah, yes, you do. You're moving in late April. Whoa! My head is spinning suddenly. You guys are just a whirlwind of stuff. What? So, did you find a sweet place? Oregon, I'm assuming. Cool, Shamanics. You know, I'm good any time of day. I don't know if you saw last week or the week before, I went live with Campbell from Autodidactic, and it was like midnight to 4:30 my time. He's out in Australia, in Perth. So I'd go anytime that's comfortable. I was when I was doing the podcast with Nadia the other day, we talked a little bit about Kododama, and I kept meaning to say you need to go see the episode with Keats when it comes out, but I never said that. I don't think. Maybe I did. Oh, dude, Campbell is so cool. What a cool guy, too. I mean, he does some, in my opinion, really awesome research. and he's just really genuine. I like he wasn't real familiar with live streaming, and I sort of surprised him when we went live. He thought we were going to be recording, and I was like, "No, let's go live." And he's like, "Okay." And he's been going live quite a bit since then, quite a bit. And I really like how I think he likes it, and he definitely gets a good turnout. And I think it's charming how he is totally upfront with like, this is all new to me. I'm sorry, I got to figure this thing out real quick. Or, hey, does anybody out there know how to do this? I know what I need to do, and I just can't find it or do it. And people are there to help him and stuff. And then it doesn't give a hitch in his presentations at all. It's just really cool. He has some really awesome people following him too. A good number of them came along to Yogi Chandra channel. Thank you, people. And I've come across a few of them in the chats there at Autodidactic, and they're just super. Most of the people are just super friendly, and I don't think many of them are from Australia, but they seem to be big Campbell devotees. Shut up! Shut up! I was just thinking of Howard Hughes. Why the Spruce Goose and stuff? I was thinking of. I actually went to some museum in California when I was a kid and saw this spruce goose, the actual one, and the story of Howard Hughes was very fascinating to me as a kid. My dad told me just a little bit about it in his raconteurist way, over embellishing things a bit or whatever. But he was a fascinating character. And what made you think of him? I have a few lines to a rap that I want to do. It just kind of came up the other day. I've done a little. Not really. It's not since like the 80s, but it's like it'd be old school style probably. I have to flesh it out. That just kind of came to me out of nowhere. But I would like to hear your boom bap rap with Howard Hughes. Drinking some tea today. Tea time for Yogi Chandra. I'm having Earl Grey. Kind of disappointed. I bought this gasket for my little espresso maker. I had this little Violetti. Excuse me, my microphone. Pardon my accoutrements. What was I saying? Oh, I bought a gasket for my little mini espresso maker from Violetti. It's an awesome little espresso maker stovetop thing. Just a little 2-cup, beautiful little mocha pot style. And I bought a single cup version, and mine's a 2-cup, so the gasket's too small. And it's been a long time since I needed that thing, and I was just really looking forward to it. And it was just really disappointing to have that happen. It's not the end of the world, but I was just like, oh no, wah, 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 wah. Moment. That'd be cool. Maybe if you come on the show, maybe we could. I'll give you some of the lyrics, and we could just sort of like kind of jam one out, and then you could like actually put it together and make it sound right. Like an improv is what I'm thinking. An improv rap. Wait, what? Keats, you had me for a sec, man. I was like, well, what? I haven't seen. Oh, you're right about that. Who would play Hughes's girlfriend? Wife? Girlfriend, I think. Lover? I don't remember. There's some kind of controversy about her, I think, right? That was it was an aeronautics museum. I loved aeronautics as a kid. I was really into Zeppelins, especially, and biplanes and World War II aircraft and stuff too. And shucks, I got a little shine on me here. Pardon me. Excuse me one sec. That Spruce Goose thing was wild. I mean, it was just ridiculous how big it was. I moved my setup and I'm in front of a window now on the opposite side of the house that oh great, it has some stripes on me. That's awesome. There's this stupid glare that's bouncing off the windowsill of all things. I had not anticipated that. Maybe this will work. Excuse me. Extreme close up. Yeah, send some random words now. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. Or oh. Okay. And this greatest ever made got bars and buckets and spade like an amazing laser scalpel, replacing a face-off face for Cage. Yeah. I love your references. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. I'm definitely down with that. That whole thing was just kind of a riff. I had, here's Yogi Chander's craziest conspiracy theory. I don't have conspiracy theories. And this isn't really, look, this is the craziest one. I do have this. And I don't necessarily believe it, but this is just my intuitive hit, is that if there's the possibility that we'll get disclosure somewhere along the way to this Mars excursion thing we're doing. And along with the disclosure or shortly thereafter, we're going to find out that the aliens are pissed because we went to space with people who brought COVID with them and it infected their species. And now they're pissed and they're going to come kick our asses. That's what I think. Make a great sci-fi movie anyway, right? I mean, seriously, didn't that wipe out the, not COVID, but didn't the common cold wipe out the War of the Worlds invasion people from Mars? Right? You know, predictive programming and all that stuff. And So I'm just saying it's has enough links to make it go, I hope that doesn't happen. And I don't think it will, but anyway. There's been a lot of talk lately about giants. Campbell's been doing a lot of work on that, and also other people too. And I was listening to some dude last night. Where was he on Higher Side Chats? Was his name Ari? Had some interesting things to say. He wasn't totally on board with everything, but it was interesting. And he brought that up. He said something about the giants, and let's see. I think he was talking about a Saturn creation myth, like a Saturnial event that happened, and somehow the race that came here evolved that they were giants, I guess. Something like that. That was a wild story. Higher side chats. Although they don't usually go that far. Carwood is staying. He seems to be staying a little more, a little less edgy these days. But maybe I'm mistaken. We can say it's revenge for giving us blue chicken space avian flu. Nice. I really do like these hangouts, and so I'm going to keep doing these things. It's just that I got to take a break for the month of February. I got some things started in motion that I need to continue the momentum with, and I just don't want to be. Obviously, I'm poor with keeping time anyway. I know it's not, or at least I don't think it's a big deal to anybody really. But nevertheless, I just I'm going to take just the month off, and I will still show up anyway. I mean, just not right at 2 on Sundays for now. That may change or something or evolve. But anyway, I'm going to do some pop-up events and just go live spontaneously a little more this month. Upcoming guests. Meredith Swain, is that her name? She was just on Nox Mente a couple weeks ago, and she was really cool. She had some cool stories, and I reached out to her, and she was like, "Yeah, definitely." So I think that's happening this week. I guess the camera is close by, or the calendar is close by. Let me look and see. It's probably not going to tell me. Shout out to Catherine, by the way, if she winds up checking the show. Bon voyage. Safe travels. Excuse me. I got some exercise bands this week, and those things are pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have worked out with those. I prefer lifting weights, or I always have, but these things are pleasing me right now. I've only used them for today's my second day, so I'm getting used to them. Meredith's Lucky Stars is Meredith's channel. Yeah, we are Tuesday, March 2nd at 11 a.m. Eastern. is when Meredith from Meredith's Lucky Stars and I will be going live. So be sure and check that out. You got a fancy pull-up bar. I got one of those too. That's the setup I got. I was trying to think of, like, I mean, I would love to have a bench. I still need to get a bench, but I was trying to figure out something, a solution for here in my home. And I was donated, actually. Someone gave me this awesome pull-up bar. It's a fancy one. It's by, I don't remember who it's by, but it's cool. It's like, it's got several different positions, curved handles, straight handles, a wide grip, all nice foam padded, really sturdy against the door. Are you kidding me, dude? I almost bought a rope dart. That is so wild. No, in the same shipment, I was like, a rope dart, and they also had a practice rope dart with like a rubber ball. Fuck. We're on a wavelength, sir. Oh, I love flexible weapons. I'm okay, but I'm not really super skilled with them. But I love them. Yeah, so much fun. So how do you practice? I didn't see the Cruising with Steak episode yet, and that was your birthday. Oh shit, dude! I should have been live for the. I keep meaning to go in the Discord for Cruising with Steak, and I missed it the last 2 weeks. Scheduling error. Happy birthday again! And I heard that she was fun on Cruising with Steak. That's one of my goals this year is to get on a Cruising with Steak show, have some fun with those guys. Kung Fu sash and a rubber ball for a dog. Oh, you can make one with a Kung Fu sash and a rubber ball for. Oh, I get it. Yeah, totally, man. You're right. I'm not gonna go buying the practice one, but I can actually make a real one too. I guess you just buy the dart, but do you prefer a specific kind of rope? And do you purchase yours, or do you make them, or do you what? I bet somebody on like Etsy or maybe even Instagram or something, I bet they have some badass darts that you could buy. Switch them out, try some different. That's what I want to do. Yes, shamanics. Yes, I'm jazzed by that. I have never really got into it as far as like a major part of the practice. Like, we did it for bits of time at a time and then moved on to other things and then revisited it and stuff. And but I'm just envisioning how fun it would be to kind of to check out some different sorts of darts and weights that you could throw in there, maybe even some hooks and stuff, and different sorts of ropes and different lengths. That being said, is there a standard length and type of rope that you use or that you like? Use a flag. Are you talking about for the like for the banner thing that goes off the dart? I'm not sure if I follow you on that. I don't really need to get a rubber ball one so much because I don't have any body to practice with. If I was going to hit, if I had a live target, I guess I could. It could be a cat toy, but I mean, I just as soon maybe, go for trees or maybe set up a target of some kind. Okay, the flag just behind the weight. Okay, I gotcha. So it's true. Okay, that's interesting. The flag creates drag and helps you control it. Okay, about 2 meters long. Okay. I love the distraction aspect. I kind of thought it was just like that, and but also just kind of You know that flare, I guess. I didn't realize there was a practical aspect behind the aeronautics. Yeah. Huh. I um I only know a few basic throws, if you will, throws and retrievals. You know, like an underhand and a side and a upper and over and a wide out, but just kind of just some very basics. And it's so funny because, like I said, I was thinking about getting that. So, and just I think yesterday I was doing some rearranging of my place a lot. Whole place has changed. But anyway, I was playing with this rope and I was doing some bullwhip stuff and thinking about when I used to train with a bullwhip. And um, I did it as a kid, and then I did it in martial arts practice, and then I got to do it too with a stage combat guy who was, like for film and theater and stuff. And so for that one, we had motorcycle jackets on and a motorcycle helmet. We were practicing. Oh my, oh my stars! I oh, you had to learn in the dark. Cool. I do that. And I really love that about shapeshifting between your moves. Thank you. That's something I have not considered in that way. And I can see how that would really work with the flow of that kind of instrument. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna I might buy one today. I can't afford one. I might have to wait. Might have to wait. Do you I didn't see. I can look in the chat. Did you say that you bought yours somewhere? And Keats, do you know what he's talking about? Are you familiar with this? Man, it's been a big 0 day as far as activity in my world. I was looking at email looking for. Well, now I forgot what I was looking for you. Something. I just did a quick little searchy search. Yeah, I should share my screen. Why not? Nah, I'm not gonna go. Oh, cool. Thank you. There we go. Wushu. That's what I was thinking of when I was thinking about the flare. That's very wushu to me. And also, as you said, um, the Falun Gong style Tai Chi or whatever, the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Let's see here. I open up the YouTubes so that I can see the channel and copy that link. Pardon me while I do that. So I was thinking, oh, hang on. Whoa, Emily Moyer had Niche on. It's on my feed. That's one to see. Emily Moyer, she's been on my show a couple of times. Niche was my first guest. They're talking about biomachines and synchronicity. Hells yeah. Hour-long episode. I recommend that. In fact, I'll put it in the link put the link in the chats. Focus. What am I doing? Going to my channel. I'm copying the link from Shamanics. Cool. Opened it up. Thank you. I'm gonna link Emily Moyer's show with Niche for anybody who's interested. Well, thank you, Shamanics. That's awesome. I don't know why I'm still surprised at synchronicities like that, but that's just too much. Oh, that's a cool one. Wait, there's a hammer on each end for this one. It's been a while, but I didn't. I from memory, I thought there was only a dart on one side with the banner. I mean, are there variations? I'm sure there are, but I mean, classically, does it always have two weights? Because I work with. In fact, there's some practice ones over there. They're ropes, but it's about it's about the length of a forearm. No, it's not. It's probably about I guess 18 inches or so. I'll grab the ropes maybe in a few minutes, but it's like a chain weapon with two weights at the end, and it's more. It is a flailing weapon, but it's a lot for grappling stuff and entrapments and things. Sorry for popping the mic. But that's funny because I'm searching my memory for practicing with the rope darts, and I don't remember there being a weight on the other end, but I don't remember what was on the other end. If not, oh, I love that the fact that there's two. Now that I'm thinking about it, Shamanics, whip chains. I've never actually practiced with a whip chain. Seen them, touched them, never even like flailed one out. I have no idea what that's like. A loop. You mean like a ring? That sounds familiar. And again, in ours, we used something similar. It was a ring, like an iron ring with like a long rope, and usually something called a kiketsu shoge, which is a knife with a hook knife, like that kind of. And so that has a flailing kind of thing too. Interesting. I'm totally jazzed about that. My it's hard to say if I have a preferred weapon. Keats asked me that on his show, and I love sticks. I think that that's probably my favorite overall weapon for practicality and um, adaptability and magical potential, stuff like that. Sticks of all sizes, anywhere from like a small staff, like a little pencil size, like hand staff, anyway, to like 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 6 feet longer. And like the bison toe, I don't know if you know what a bison toe is. They have something similar to that in Kung Fu. I can't remember which style, but it's like a staff with a really big, like a Final Fantasy style blade on it. I think the Chinese ones have like a ring and a banner, or I mean a flag. Yes, yes. I'm mostly I've worked mainly with a 3 foot staff and smaller, and 6 foot, but um, I've done quite a bit of work with with like a 4 foot staff and other sizes and stuff. But 4 foot is really common in Aikido, and so since being in Boulder, um, I actually started work at a little Aikido place that was making hakamas and also weapons and stuff. It's really fine quality stuff. And so I had this nice Joe. That was my first Joe 4 foot staff. Yeah, the I really like those off the wall Chinese weapons. Some of them I haven't had the opportunity to play with, and I want to. Some of them I have, and I don't know how to use them. It would be like my way of using them. Like I could use them with a lot of the movements and things that would be me, which isn't classical anything at this point. But I certainly would be no example of a good kung fu um, performer. Not sure what you call a kung fu practitioner, but I'm intrigued. What other kinds of weapons are on your mind? Shamanics? Do you have like an array? I used to have a bunch of interesting things. I when I had my Kundalini experience, I divested myself of most everything, including weapons and stuff I'd had since childhood, even. Although I do have one of my 3 foot staffs cracked. The first one I ever got, nice hickory one when I was very young, and it was when you could get those for nothing. And it was a sweet one, but it finally cracked after years and years and years and years and years of use. And actually, when I was working at the place that was making the hakamas, they cut it down for me and cut it into 2 smaller staffs, um, not quite a foot long. Oh yeah, the Salat weapons. Yes, I did a quick little search after we talked last time. Cool. Again, that's another thing I don't know. I'm fascinated. I don't know much about. Have never really worked with anybody who's super proficient in either one of those areas. But I'd have fun playing with any of the weapons, but especially like a rope dart. So what I was thinking is, as much as I like sticks, I really flexible weapons are cool because of what you were saying, that flow that you can get into, and it's sort of like what I like about golf. There's something about a ranged target. Keats is into archery, and there's a lot of that in archery as well. What I'm getting at is there's like a ranged target, and so there's this mystical element, right, of the target and you and what's in between and what's connecting you and how you make all that happen. It's very mystical, and um, then add the fact that it's a flexible thing, like a dragon's tail. I always think of flexible weapons as a dragon's tail or a squid's tentacle, a giant squid. Ooh. Oh man, imagine dragon versus giant squid. I like it. I wonder if that's been done. I'd like to see that, like Harryhausen style. Jason and the Argonauts, like reproduction, the dragon versus giant squid. Giant squids have always freaked my ass out since I was a little kid, ever since 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And that was a big inspiration for me, still is. I would love to have something like the Nautilus and just go off my own and say, fuck y'all, I'm going underseas. I'm gonna go find my my whale. What's the whale's name? You know what I'm talking about, because it's the same thing. It's his search for the squid is the same thing as Moby Dick. Moby Dick. I always wanted to build a ship, something like the Nautilus, that would take me to the Bermuda Triangle so I could go check out what's up down there. And that's been explained away and stuff, but there's still a lot of weirdness going on down there. And There's a lot of woo. It'd be cool to go underneath and see in a fully protected submarine. Anyway, I got way off the mark. Have you imagine knife throwing to be okay? So I feel that they're different, and it's because of the tangible connection of the rope. I mean, so in a mystical way, yeah, and same with archery, there is a similarity, but that the connection of the rope to the impact, it's the same as that chain weapon that I'm talking about. It's like you're connected to it when it's doing everything with with an arrow or throwing knives or shuriken or axes or throwing spikes or whatever. There is the disconnect of space, and that's fun, and it's also very mysterious. Scott Core says Bermuda Triangle is simply a military off-limits area where fake space rockets go. That's where they go. I know they do that, and that makes sense. I love it, Scott. Welcome to Sunday's show. I don't know what the latest is on that. I don't know if there's been anything that's happened down there or anything. But it's things like that. I just don't get it. It's like, how come? Why doesn't anybody actually know yet? Doesn't make any sense. Someone's got to have the resources, the connections, or whatever to just go check it out. Where's Geraldo Rivera? I thought he was going to go there after Al Capone's vault, but Navier Alora is in the house. Welcome. I had the pleasure of hanging out with Nadia this week on her podcast, A Wandering Witch. That was so fun. I was telling Keats about that because my show with him was mainly about the Korotama stuff. And I had a good time talking with both of you guys about that. It's so cool. It's first time talking in a public venue about that outside of like a classroom or something. Awesome sauceness. I guess launching rockets is a lot like throwing knives or shooting an arrow. Hey, all right. Navier has been listening to audio all night last night doing the editing. Shamanics can feel you on that one. He's been doing a lot of editing lately too. For Joe Roop. Hey, Shamanics, did you get your box yet? Ooh, damn, Navier. Is that what I'm looking at when I start getting into editing my stuff? Why? Is it because of like all the ums and lulls and stuff like that? Okay, cool. So you're not ready for okay. As long as he doesn't stop producing them. I still need some time to sort things out. Okay, man, that's a good lesson, Navier, because I've really been thinking about that, and I really love the quality of podcasts that people like you and Keats and Niche put out. Like, I love the attention to quality that you put into it, and I would like to do something similar. So I've really been thinking about that. And especially since you and I did Wandering Witch, you made it seem so easy and comfortable and everything. Thank you. But then there's that. Then there's the editing. Do you have a specific time constraint you try to fit within? I think you said like an hour for the first show, and then, but does it for the first part? But does the behind the gates go as long as you want it to? Does it matter? Okay, Schmonix, that's valuable info. Um, it probably wouldn't be for me to actually stay on top of it. Even with things I love, it's difficult. That makes sense. So, Navier's show, A Wandering Witch podcast, is loosely an hour public, and then another hour behind the gate for Patreon members. That's a good way to do it. Sounds pretty standard. Well, there's that too. I guess. I mean, there is the value of putting in that effort to shine it up and make it really something that your patrons and others can appreciate and can really savor. I get that, and that's why I like to do it too. Um, I I'm totally cool with the way my videos are, and I prefer when I can have a green screen and do some fun things in the background. But I'm also cool with my kitchen or my living room or my backyard or whatever. And a lot of people are doing that real informally these days, and so I know I'm not alone. So I'm not too concerned about going live and just doing that. There's a lot of there is charm to that. I think just that raw, real, just like nothing wrong with being polished, but that just we're going for it right now, and this you know it's about the content, it's about the thing, and just seeing that we're real people and all that stuff, and people get to see you and Keats doing that as well as the really nice art that you put out. So you guys do really well about balancing those things. Same with niche. Yes, I was thinking that Who's Zim and Woo really hasn't changed a lot since the first episode. A lot of people go through radical changes the first few shows they do. I've noticed, and then some. It's more of a gradual expansion or change of some kind. People finding their voice, people finding what they like to talk about most, and people finding what their listeners are into most. That's all a thing, a little process. So, Navier, what drove you to up the quality? Was it like a responsibility to your patrons and your listeners and internal artist standards? You know, well, yeah, I mean, ultimately, that's why I just dove in and did it like I did too. And actually, I really wasn't sure how it was going to happen. I just asked Nietzsche to be on. She said, yeah. So we set the time. I had some other invitations out right after that because I was like, cool, maybe this will go. But I had no idea really what I was going to do. And then Nietzsche and I connected on Zoom, and we just had an awesome conversation. I hit record at some random point and I didn't edit it or anything. I just published it as is and just let it go. And if I didn't do that, if I had because I did actually sit on it for a minute, and I was like thinking about editing it and things, but I knew that that's something that could have delayed me for indefinitely. So I was like, screw it, I'm just publishing now, just doing it, boom. But that's hard for me because perfection, right? Perfectionism. In fact, that's actually a question I'd like to ask for some shorter interviews in some capacity. I'm trying to think how that's going to work out. But I'd like to hear about people's story about the time or the moment that they let go of perfectionism. And it turned out amazing. But the a priori thing, I know. I was thinking about that. I'm so. I was just sitting there dying. Like, it's pretty rare for me to go up on stage or something and not just be like, "Bah." I don't know my lines and I can't. I mean, that doesn't happen to me. It happened to me once in an audition recently. Sort of recently. But I had some issues at the time, so there's reasons. But anyway, what am I saying? Oh, I just totally lost it, and I wasn't exactly sure that we were going to go there, so I didn't have notes ahead of me, and I was like, how am I going to explain this? Because it's a concept it's a little esoteric, it's out there, but it's an important concept, and it's a good one, and it is relevant to what we were talking about. So hopefully there was something juicy in there that you could use. Shamonics, is what you're doing for Joe any different than editing a typical podcast, I guess? Can you say what sort of software you use or what sort of equipment? If not, that's okay. But and Nadia, what do you use? I forgot. Keats gave me a link to an audio editing suite called Reaper, and I haven't used it yet, but it's there when I do start doing the editing, the audio. It's a freebie, but I really like to edit some videos. I mean, I definitely want to make some videos because I like, um, maybe not for all of my interview shows, but some things definitely just need video. And there are some like cool B-roll things that I want to put in and some stories to tell through pictures. Anchor app all the way. Really? To edit and everything? Cool. Okay, that's awesome. Yes, Shamonics is working with the Joe Roop. How cool is that? Shamonics is a really awesome person. If you guys don't know each other, Nadia and Shamonics, hello, introduce yourselves. Shamonics has a lot of depth and a lot of knowledge with the tech stuff, and also with martial arts and other stuff that you'd probably be interested in, Navier. I want to see if, I mean, he'll be on Who's Him and Woo soon, and you'll get a load of some of the stuff he has to say. But and Navier is an amazing. I don't even know where to begin with her. You definitely need to connect with her. Um, she's a priori. Anyways, introduce yourselves. Both magic people. So you got complete 12 native instruments and the fancy keyboard. It's like pro stuff. I'm not familiar with that, but I kind of get the idea. Super cool. guys know each other. Cool. Yeah. Well, awesome. I would not know what to do with a keyboard and things, but I would have a lot of fun. It'd be a while before I made anything useful with it, but it would be a lot of fun. Hmm. Shamanics, I want to ask you about. I know I'm flipping subjects. Oh, you got your super fast net. You're open to the world. Sweet. Shamanics is on the scene now. It's been an issue trying to get good video with Shamanics. So I was just going to ask you, Shamanics, if you don't mind jumping subjects just for a sec. What do you use for targets for your rope dart? Or do you just do forms and things, or do you practice strikes? I remember you saying that in IVA that you do everything with your phone. I like that. Obviously, um, that's even harder for me. I thought it would be easy. I don't know if it's because the screen's so small now and I'm so old, but I'm glad we got on the computer and got that to work. I was shitting for a minute. I was like, damn it, I want to get this interview today. I was in the zone. Then we struggled with this microphone should be working just fine on my phone. And actually, I haven't tried it since then. I need to get the hang of it and see what's up with it. But because that sounds awesome. Just be able to get on the phone and connect with someone, edit it right there on Anchor. I mean, that's cool. Simplification. Strike at a post or through a ring. Yeah, I like that. Yep. I like through the ring so you can like send it through and back. Cool. Oh, I have a hat that's too small for me, and I was trying to figure out what to do with it. Perfect. No, we're talking rope darts, Navier. Chinese rope darts. Shamanics put a link up there, and I'll put it here too. That's an example of one. We were talking because synchronicities. Shamanics and I have had all kinds of synchronicities recently, Navier, and one of them being this magnetic pull towards getting a spirit or an altar box, I guess, from Joe Roop, and another one that came up today. There were several that came up today, just things that we've had in our minds. Howard Hughes, a couple other things, and then this rope dart. I almost bought a rope dart, and I've never actually bought a rope dart. Don't ask me why, but I was looking at some workout and training solutions for myself, and I did some shopping and bought some bands and stuff, but I did not buy the rope dart, but I almost did. I really almost did. So Shamanics brings it up today, and that's something he works with, and they're really cool. I was talking with him earlier. You would enjoy the conversation. We'll talk about it on my show, I'm sure. But there's a lot of woo behind the martial arts, and especially something like that. That's why I really dig Kung Fu, even though I don't know anything about it. I like Kung Fu a lot. Dancing slash weapon rope darts on fire. Yeah, Sean. I bet they do that kind of stuff on the island, right? Dude, are you kidding? Now, see, that's the kind of thing, Shamanics. Shamanics, who are you? Where are you from? What? Who raised you, and where did you get these notions and similar things uh, that I dig and are a lot like me? I have blinding powder at all my doors, both my main entrances right now. Anyway, I always keep blinding powder, and I like smoke bombs and different sorts of things. Blinding, that's another very mystical technique, is that which goes back to that story of the three-legged raven and the using the golden kite to flash the sun into the eyes of all the opposing army as a mesa bush to stun them so they could win the battle. Blinding powder, well, I use a mix of ingredients in mine, but it's just something like powdered sugar, like Shamanics is saying, put that in a bag and pop it. It just kind of makes a puff of smoke, and it just kind of hangs in the air for a sec. And it's just enough to be a distraction and then like an obfuscation, so one can attack or escape or whatever. And that's actually the first technique that I learned in martial arts, in formal martial arts, in Japanese jiu-jitsu. Was it's a hand mitsubishi. It's a way to strike at the eyes, or just create a distraction for a moment to have that effect. That was like the foundational thing in the school. Anyway, I love the idea of putting that on a rope dart. It would have taken me a long time to think of something like that. We have done things like put kind of like a firework thing, like a I don't know what to call it, like a sparkler, I guess, sort of thing. I've done some fire techniques, not quite the flaming rope dart, like the swinging things like Sean's talking about, but um, yes, you should always walk around with bags of sugar. That used to be my dancing name, bags of sugar. Slap your legs before. Okay, cool. Yep. I gotcha. Flash paper. Okay, Navier, so you're familiar with that. Like magicians' tricks, is that where you're familiar with it from? So you can like put stuff in there. You can do all kinds of things, but that's a great foundational, or like a wrap for a smoke bomb that you can light and make it like do a flash, and then the smoke. Bag of sugar. Yep. I used to open for flash paper. Bag of sugar was the opening dance for flash paper. Oh, cool, Navier. Funny that didn't come up during our conversation, because that's a lot like what we were talking about, the correlation between magic and martial arts. Even run of the mill martial arts, there's a magical correlation. And in the way that martial or magic is passed on, in many ways, there's a martial arts correlation, especially to certain types. But really, deception and illusion, obfuscation, and it's part of every martial art. The art of war. I like, and theater, yes. So I like theatrics and magic, and martial arts and magic, and all three of those things. They're a triumvirate of juice. Sean did something with igniting a fake thumb. Cool. I want to see that. I haven't done a lot with fire. Funny enough, that's one thing that I wanted to get closer to this year was all about fire. Learning different ways to create it, different ways to um, physically play with it, experience it, different ways to work with it energetically. Genocide. Genocide. I love seeing you guys here. Happy day. Thank you for dropping by, everyone. We're having a fun conversation. It's just a random bag of donuts. Talking about rope darts and Howard Hughes and flash paper and dragons versus giant squids. Raps about masks. Going to Mars. Man, it's been quite a show today. Navier says hi, everyone out there. Everyone, Navier Alora from A Wandering Witch. Donuts. You know, that's one thing that I've always loved. I've always liked donuts. I mean, I don't anymore. I don't do sugary things. I don't do sugar. But even long before I cared about giving up sugar, I realized I couldn't do donuts. I mean, I worked in a corporate thing and people would bring in donuts, and damn, especially glazed donuts. I love glazed donuts for some reason. Damn. And there's some other ones that are really good, but I can't even, I would joke that I would just look at a donut and gain weight. And it's so true, man. Like I could not even, I mean, for one thing, I can't just eat one donut. If I'm gonna eat a donut, I'm gonna have like three, but definitely I'm feeling it for a long time. And I mean, it's probably it has the most visible effect on my body of anything in a bad way from recollection. Man, it's been probably 30, 35 years maybe since I've had 30, 30 years. Old fashioned donuts. That's that's so funny. Every time I bring up glazed, someone in the room always brings up the old fashioned. I love the old fashioned too. Totally different thing than like the normal like fat like airy soft glazed but those little fried like little bits and they're like little each little like piece that you can break off of that little star shaped thing or whatever that little corona thing. But it's just like a little experience in itself. Glazed. Okay, yeah, what kind of donuts out there? Glazed, old fashioned, shamanics. What kind of donut are you into if you're going to eat a donut? I like cream puffs actually too, and Bismarcks. Is it? I think it's a Bismarck. Is Bismarck is the disc shaped one with chocolate on top and cream in the middle, right? And then the eclair is the is the Twinkie shaped one, right? I like both of those plus just straight up cream puffs. I love. Now I can eat cream. No sugar, but lots of cream. Got to dunk the old fashioned. Oh, got to dunk those things in coffee. Blueberry fritters, genocide. Man, genocide is one unique person with a lot of style. Yeah, the gluten is a whole nother issue. I bet that's what really, I mean, that plus the sugar, not good for this body, for me, nor my brain. But um, something so good about them. I haven't tried like a gluten-free donut, or I saw some keto-friendly donuts the other day, but in the frozen section, I didn't check them. Malasadas, Portuguese donuts. Never heard of that one. I don't know what gluten is, but it tastes good, says John aside. Navier says even a little gluten is like kryptonite. Yeah. For some people, especially, some people, it doesn't seem to bother. And some people are just like immediate issues. A lot of inflammation and stuff with some. And I grew up, of course, with a lot of gluten and never thought twice about it until I inadvertently stopped eating breads and stuff when I did the Kododama diet thing. And then I just never went back to gluten after that. I just never did. It's your fairy DNA. That must be the thing about me too. It's the pixie within me, the pixie blood or whatever that just can't do the gluten. I really don't miss bread. I have had some keto breads recently even, and it's a nice treat. It's not something I'd want to do all the time, but it is nice. Like to put on like I had what did I do? I made cinnamon toast one morning. Yeah, I made cinnamon toast, and I made a tuna melt one day, and that was real good. And fairies love gluten, says John aside. When people hear about how I eat, most people are immediately concerned about the lack of bread and pasta. They're like, that's the one thing I just couldn't. Some people go, well, I might be able to do this, get rid of the sugar. Some people are like, no way, I couldn't give up sugar. Some people are like, well, maybe I could do honey or something. That's still going to give you a sugar spike, especially agave. So for those purposes, for dietary purposes, but you just got to give all that up and go with something like stevia or monk fruit or something. But most people are fairly confident that they could give up the sweets, but the bread and the pasta is foundational. And I mean, I've always loved me some bread and pasta. Believe me, for sure. I was making my own pasta for a while. Hey, Keats is driving. All right. If you find yourself in, stop and go traffic like you do here in Colorado sometimes, roll down your windows and I'll give a shout to peeps. I tried. I really did. I kind of did. I failed. Was I giving up bread or sugar? Jonaside says that. There's this funny meme. Oh, I don't have my phone. Damn it. It's a comedian. It's a 2-panel meme. And it says, I am so addicted to my phone. It's like I'm picking up the thing every 2 minutes and calling my Coke dealer going, where's my Coke? I don't do Coke, but that's just a funny fucking joke, isn't it? I think that's hilarious. That's one of my favorites. It's just like, you can do the same thing about sugar or something. I was trying to give up I was trying to give up driving. It's like every time I keep finding myself going out to the car every day and going out and buying sugar. No, the other one's funnier. What is the what's the Randy Newman, right? Isn't that the artist where he's like everything he sings is like a descriptive thing? It's like he's just literally describing like every like I'm reaching for the keyboard right now, and it feels so warm against my hands. Shit like that. Randy Newman, I think. Keats. No Coke, Pepsi, no fries, chips. Classic. What about Tab? Just 1 calorie. Or is that zero? Wait, I'm thinking Diet Pepsi, just 1 calorie. Now you see it, now you don't. I used to like this soft drink called Aspen back in the day. It was like an apple flavored thing. I don't know if anybody heard of that. I don't know if it might have been a Pepsi product. I'm not sure. And then in the South, anybody who might be out there in the South, there's something called Cheerwine. It's like a cherry cola. I wonder if that's still around. What does RC stand for in RC Cola? Royal Crown? I bet it's Royal Crown. I don't know. Roscoe P. Coltrane. Roscoe P. Coltrane. You. James Best had his own acting school. I don't know if you know that. The James Best School of Acting. Legit. James Best is the guy who played Roscoe P. Coltrane in Dukes of Hazzard. Royal Crown, of course. They make whiskey too, right? I'm sure. Ridiculously corrosive. Actually, I think it's the other way, isn't it? Like, can't you take strip rust off of stuff with cola? I haven't actually tried, but that's scary. And Taco Bell sauce too, right? I think. I haven't had a soda in I don't know how long. All I drink now is tea, coffee, water, seltzer water. I drink a lot of seltzer water. No sugar. Actually, I've had superfood drinks lately too. I've been doing a daily superfood. It's feeling good. I am thinking of Crown Royale. I was thinking about a quarter pound of cheese. I've never even seen that movie. Can you believe that? I haven't seen that movie. I've seen probably the key scenes. You do the energy drink? Yeah, I did that for a good long while. At a phase after I'd given up soda and stuff, and I still wasn't quite what I'm doing now. I was doing a lot of energy drinks, a lot. That's the thing about stimulants and me is I don't seem to have any limit to how much stimulants I can handle with no problem at all. At all. In fact, I'm doing a little test, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. It should be very interesting. I've not opened the email for my doctor and stuff yet, because sometimes I'll put stuff off, and I do have some part of me hesitates to give this kind of information to the powers out there, but it's kind of I think it's a DNA test, and so you just swab your cheek, you send it in, and they send back information about you and about like what sorts of tolerances you have to certain medications, what medications you should not be taking, what will help you for various things, probably things you don't even know about, and nutrients and things too. So I'm really psyched to see what that has to say. I wonder how close I am to what I should be doing. But I'm curious about the stimulant thing. It's like I could take a scary amount of stimulants and go to sleep in within an hour max. I mean, I can lay right down and go to sleep. Don't do it. Keats, are you kidding or are you serious? You because I can see that going either way. I'm concerned that's exactly what's going to happen. And I don't want anybody having that code for any reason. But there again, I guess if it comes down to a point where that's actually an issue for me personally, but I guess it could be selling out humanity or something like that. Moral stuff. Yeah, I have ADHD, and also I have similar issues like executive function things and stuff that are also due to concussions, and I also have some depressive problems and anxiety that are probably comorbid of my experience with ADHD, I would imagine. But so that's a primary reason, and I feel like I'm metabolizing my stimulants really quickly is really what this came down to, and so the doctors are like, well, that's legit. Let's check it out. So you know some folks that take Sims to calm down. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, I feel like that's what it does for me. It's like I am way, way more fast and talkative and clearly ADHD. Yeah. If I haven't had my medication or at least a little coffee or something. If I'm just natural, I'm too much. I know, Keith. I feel the same way. It's like, um, they haven't actually diagnosed me. But well, I mean, there are a few other things, and it's like, it is kind of like, I mean, I'm essentially quite healthy, very fit, and sharp in the mind, and all kinds of things. But there's issues that are legit, and then there's other things that I'm like, that could be a problem, and that goes on to the thing where, like, do you have autism test? A resounding yes. That's interesting because a lot of the spectrum I experience as well, and also like the dyscalculia. A lot of those things sound resonant, and then there's a couple other ones, but then there's also there's also the fact that I guess it's all just like you don't want to be tied to a label of that kind or whatever, and the legitimacy is maybe questionable and all that stuff, but there is something there, and I'm very concerned. Number one, I'm highly mistrustful of people, mainly medical professionals, extremely distrustful, and no offense to any of them out there at all. I've had bad experiences in my youth, and with my family also, and myself, and I have trouble. And why was I even saying that? Oh, I'm highly concerned that I'm going to get misdiagnosed and then put on the wrong medication and just ruin my life. You know what I mean? Thankfully, I'm not like I'm not ever the type to be lost in something like that. But I just don't want to have that experience. Like this month has sucked because we took off one of the meds in this whole process of what we're doing here. And in that, my sleep has been fucked up for the month of February. I'm the emperor of sleep. I can go to sleep when I need to, no problem. I can sleep as long as I do, and I feel well rested and alert and awake and energetic, full of vim and vigor when I wake. Always. I may be creaky and exhausted shortly after, or in a lot of pain or something, but sleep is good. This month, it's out the door. I have no idea when I'm going to be able to go to bed. I have no idea when I'm going to wake up. This morning I was up at 2:30. I've been up since then. Throughout this month, I've woken up anywhere between 4:30 in the morning and 10:30 in the morning. Sleeping through 4 alarms, I might say, as well. I missed an appointment. Meds suck. Well, that's I kind of lost track of the chat there. We are a Motley Crue. I saw Motley Crue and Whitesnake back in the day at Red Rocks. But we are a Motley Crue. Asperger's is another one that sounds kind of typical. And bipolar disorder is also something that they sometimes. I was just watching Dr. Charles Barkley this morning, I think, and he was talking about how people with ADHD oftentimes present with anxiety and depression as well. And some professionals who aren't quite as familiar with the dopamine serotonin aspect of the ADHD may misdiagnose that as bipolar. And so it's just that kind of confusion. It's like, fuck. So how do I find someone who actually knows about my condition and understands me that I can connect with then? Because so the other doctors, there's a high percentage that they're just going to misdiagnose me, apparently. That's great. Awesome. I want to be Jonaside. He's completely healthy and fit and sane. Used to fall asleep fast and sleep long. That's good, Jonaside. So many people have trouble sleeping one way or the other, either going to sleep or staying asleep or getting up. And people with ADHD frequently, I've heard, have a hard time waking up more than anything. And that's never been a problem for me, actually. Well, not never. Not never. But in recent times, that's not been the issue. It's been getting to sleep and also staying asleep. Because like today at 2:30 in the morning, I mean, I woke up and I was up. That's it. That's it. And I started doing stuff, and I got a lot done today, though. And we all want to congratulate Keats on his new release, Bardos, by Dakota Slim. Rivers flows through. A river flows through it. Just popped in to say hi. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Rivers, thank you for stopping by. Woohoo! Oh, damn. I'm really happy. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. For anybody who wasn't hearing me earlier about the Sunday show, so I'm just taking a little break from the schedule for the month of March, and I'm not going to be abandoning the Sunday Hangout entirely because I love what's happening right now. I mean, even if we're just, I haven't come with a presentation of any kind yet, and I want to, but it's so cool freaking hanging out and chatting with you guys. I love it. Just it's not for anybody else necessarily. It's just for this, and I love it. And but there's a lot of things happening this month for me, and plus it's been really nice lately, and I kind of expect the weather to go up and down. People are going to have some nice days, and I want people to get out and enjoy outdoors whenever they can. Please get out, some sunshine and stuff, some air. Don't be afraid to breathe it. And so I don't want to, be a distraction from that. And my own self, I want to get out too. And so, yeah, so just for this month, I'll probably pop in on Sundays. I'm just not sure what time. And some Sundays I may not, but I just kind of need that flexibility for the month. And then also, I've had impetus to just pop on and do a spontaneous combustion live stream now and then. Like 2:30 in the morning. I almost did one this morning when I woke up, and I bloody should have. So I want to be more available to pop those kinds of things out this month if they happen for me, and just kind of see what my rhythm is like. In the Pines, good. Keats is out enjoying Colorado today. That video where you saw where you saw Keats and Dakota Slim in the same room, that was deep fake. Yeah. Oh yeah, Navier. Okay, y'all, I have to get back to the editing. Stay tuned for the latest episode of A Wandering Witch podcast featuring Senor Yogi Chander. Thanks, Navier. Thanks for being here, and thanks for spending all that time on that. I really appreciate that. Thank you for having me on, and thank you for putting so much care into the process and into the finished product. It's going to be cool. Hopefully I do you justice. Yeah. And I know we'll be talking. Navier, have a great day, but let me know how I can promote that and stuff, what I can do. I'm still a little, I guess, behind the curve with promoting and stuff, especially when I'm doing something with another person. Like when I have these live stream guests, like I did with Campbell recently, it suddenly occurred to me as we were going live that I could have done so much more to let people know we were there. So anyway, ahui ho, Nadia says. Rivers hopes that Mary's doing the driving, Keats. I think they're in one of those self-driving cars, Rivers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I haven't heard anything about smart cities and stuff like that in several months now. With Denver being what it is in so many ways, I'm surprised that it's not like imminent. Anyway, hope they're getting a load of Colorado because they won't be here for much longer. We'll miss them. Just they're close by, I can tell, and I'm going to miss their vibe. But Colorado is a real magical place. I don't know if any of you have been here. There are so many wonderful places in the world, but I really love Colorado very much. I love bicycling. One of my favorite things to do, and it's how I get around now at this point, and I love it. While riding for fun, I'm just riding for commuting. You know what's neat about riding for commuting, especially if you can take some bike paths and things like that. You just every commute is a little adventure. I just feel like a little kid when we would like ride around the neighborhood in our bikes, and just kind of ride around and see where we wound up. Sometimes I'll actually do that still. You can get around to a lot of places from where I'm at. I think about riding down to Denver one day, just getting a sack of weed and seeing how long it takes me to get down there. Keats is moving towards Jonocide because he's special. I know Jonocide. I'm like, I'm trying to find a way where I can, get a little bit more Jonocide in my character. How's the dogs today? Oh man, my kitty Shaka was doing a cool thing the other day. So I have this really big mirror, and I've rearranged things a lot, but for a couple of days I had it set up to the side of my bed, like against the wall, and so you could, if you're on the bed, you could see it. Yeah. But anyway, so he was on the bed, and I was playing with a cat toy, and he has looked in the mirror before, and he actually frequently does, and kind of looks at himself, and he seems very intelligent. Anyway, so I'm playing with him, and he's close to the mirror, and I am behind him. He's looking in the mirror, and I'm playing with a toy, swishing it back and forth. It's like a mouse on a rope, and it's going back and forth like a rope dart. And and he's looking in the mirror, watching it like a tennis match, watching it, and then he turns and pounces on the thing. What cat does that? He saw in the mirror, he turned and pounced on the thing. Wow. I was very impressed. I don't see many humans training like that, and we should. I do, or have. All dogs are sleeping. Hey, Ad Arcana, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Ad Arcana? The sticks on my ceiling. That's interesting. No one's ever asked me that before, at least no one on video. Everybody does when they come here. Those are all sticks that I've collected for artwork, or for making into a walking staff or a wand, or a staff of some kind. And they each have their own little character. I did have a bunch more, and I just did kind of a minimalizing event this week, and I got rid of a bunch of them. But these are the best ones still. Thanks for asking. I didn't even take a look at my background before I got on. I was like, I hope it's something interesting. I don't have much going on in my place right now. I just, as I was saying, I did a huge rearranging, which I do often. I move furniture around a lot and just trying to get the right feel in my place. But I did a huge overhaul around the entire place this weekend, and so I got to figure out what is going on the walls and stuff. But that brings us back to the other conversation, which is about sticks. I love sticks. That's my favorite martial arts weapon. And I also think it's, I like using them in other ways too, in shamanic ways and magic ways and stuff. And of course they're neat because you can make sounds with them and things, so they're musical. They're just very magical things, and they're part of nature. One of them I carved into, whittled, I suppose, into an incense burner. and I presented that as an offering on Navier's podcast the other day. Her guests presented an offering of their art, and before the show. That's her tradition, and so that was mine. I presented that plus an incense broom, a cinnamon broom that I fitted with a stick and some blue jay feathers. Styx is my favorite river. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. I'll bring it back to rivers. I thought rivers was your favorite river. The stick talk reminds me I had a magic stick you forgot. Dude, now wait a minute. It was shaped like a giraffe head at one end. Ooh. You mean kind of like that? Shamanics, what the? This is one of the sticks that I got, and I just, that's what I thought it should be. I wanted to get some paint and do. This is natural. I haven't done a thing to it yet, except for kind of carve it down, whittle down some of the bark and stuff. And I don't think I have this thing where I rub it down with my hands and I apply flame to different spots and stuff. I'm not sure how much of that I did to this one, but the face and stuff, that's just how it was. I thought giraffe, that's a giraffe staff. And it's a pretty good club, I think. It's got like a curve to it. Let's see. That's just, I'm a little blown away by the synchronicity today. That's just awesome. Do I have? Oh yeah, check this one. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so let's see. It was Shemai says it was like a claw hand a bit too. Yeah. And the ball bend is what I thought. And while I was there, I invented a new kick. Ooh. Wow. Tell me more about that, if you can, or is that something? Maybe that's something you just got to see. This is the staff I was telling. Oh, sorry, staff I was telling you about before. It was cut down from my first staff from childhood. It's a really nice piece of hickory. Yeah, so that's solid. And then, hi, Kitty. Shaka's here. What's up, Shaka? Come get on the camera. What's up, buddy? Hi. Wow. Say hi, buddy. I think he saw the camera there for a sec. He's getting soft on my lap. So this is my this is one of my staffs. It's for a specific purpose, but it's not being used right now. So it's fun to show. But the character of it is really strange, and it's pretty long. Oops. And it's got this odd twisty curve to it. John, aside, your wife's making you go to the store because you need stuff. That's what happens on Sundays. I've been married. I know what that's like. John aside, Mrs. John aside, have a wonderful day. Enjoy shopping. Don't go there hungry. I bet Mrs. John aside is one cool person. So this is something I got at a thrift store. And I just got it because, well, I like cool wooden things, and I knew that I could have some uses for this, whatever it was. And it's black walnut, it says on there. And it's got a nice little leather strap, and it's really soft and nice. Kitty loves it. See that? But it ain't just a cat toy. I think it's a pull push tool. I think. And I think what it's made for is to pull a hot rack out of the oven and then push it back in. I think that's what this thing is for. Odd. To me, it's a lot like an iron fan or a hand bow. Oh man, no, yeah, for sure. My cat, he's just going to town on this leather tassel. That's the only thing in his world right now is this leather band. You like that, kitty? He just woke up from a nap. Good boy. Well, when he wakes up, he demands playtime, and he will not take no for an answer. Besides, it's 4:20 my time. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Those dog walking sticks you can get away with. That's right. Yeah, shamanics. Back in the day, I'm sure you couldn't get away with it now. What are you doing, kitty? The chain weapon that I was telling you about earlier, one of the dudes I know used to carry it. He used to do a lot of travel, and he used to carry it on airplanes, and he would just loop it through his suitcase and carry it over his shoulder as like a handle for the suitcase. And he always got away with it. Hey. No. It's biting. The other thing, I don't know why, I just got to say, I tried a new thing, and I'll anybody who cares, I just want to say it. I'm trying a new thing with cat litter. I'm trying pine pellets. And so I'm going to tell you how that works out. Just put them in today. We'll see. Wish me luck. But it's been really great checking in with you guys. Shamanics, thank you for hanging out this whole time. Always a pleasure. And I'm spinning with things that we came up with today. Thanks, man. And if I'm gonna email you. If you have my email, don't hesitate to reach out to me yet. I don't know what my stupid delay is, but it'd be nice to connect with you soon, and we'll get you on the show too, for sure. So how does that happen? Here, I'm gonna put this right here. Someone emailed me whom I don't want to email me, I'll block them or whatever. So please don't anybody out there use this for mal purposes. But shamanics, and anybody else, if you want to email me and say hi or whatever, whoever, feel free. I don't care. But yeah, shamanics, let's connect. I'm just it's nothing intentional. I'm just incredibly irresponsible, I suppose. I don't know what the word is. I suck at follow through with things like that. As much as I want to do things, I've got to try to get a hold of like 6 guests tonight too. Just keep not reaching out to. So sorry, shamanics, but yeah, for sure, let's connect. Word. And everybody else out there, thank you for dropping by and spending a little time with Yogi Chander and friends. Lovely day. It's been and lovely day to ya. And we'll see you in the near future. I do have a live show coming on Tuesday with Meredith from Meredith's Lucky Stars. That's going to be Tuesday at, I believe, 11 a.m. Eastern. And watch out for that. Also, I'll be giving some news about other shows and happenings. So keep an eye out. Next Sunday for the month of March may or may not be happening on Sundays, but probably not right at 2. So I'll just pop in casually for the month. I need to take sort of a break of sorts. So it'll be casual on Sundays when I show up and stuff, but take a look for me because I'd love to see you anytime. And also there might be pop-up live streams at random times. So love to see you all whenever I can. Peace.